Well, hey, SKB family, how you doing? Happy November. It is almost Christmas time. It's just crazy. Crazy, I tell you. My kids have been bugging me and my wife Billy to start putting up Christmas decorations. I am an American, so my rule is no Christmas decorations till after American Thanksgiving. You know, the second you put the leftovers after American Thanksgiving in the fridge, Christmas is free game. That's my rule. But my kids, they are just desperate to get lights up, get the tree out. They've been looking at all sorts of toy magazines, writing out Christmas lists and all that. They are just so excited for the joy of Christmas. Their grandma and grandpas are going to be in the city with them. We're going to have a great big Christmas party. They cannot wait. And when we think about Christmas, we often think about the joyous occasion of it, right? Like we think about the parties, we think about the food, we think about the family and all of that. And we can't wait to celebrate. But the thing about Advent is, as we prepare our hearts for Christmas, is Advent doesn't start with the celebration. Advent actually starts with darkness. Like, have you guys ever realized that? Like, you ever thought about that? As I've been preparing for our Christmas sermon series here at my church, this has been one of the things that has struck me is Advent starts with darkness. Before you light any of those candles on the Advent wreath, it's dark. There's no light. So often when we think about Christmas, we want to go right to the celebration, but Christmas wants to start with the darkness around us, the darkness that's been involved in our lives over the past years, the dark reality of our world. Advent invites us to look darkness straight in the eye. What's that been for you this past year as a pastor, as a husband, as a father, as a grandfather, as a friend? What's been that darkness in your life? What's been that darkness around you? Before you move to the baby in the manger celebration, we're invited to look at that and remember the promise that darkness will not overcome the light. It's only a matter of time before that baby is born in the manger. It's only a matter of time before what John says in 1 John 1:5, that darkness cannot overcome light. It's only a matter of time before that happens. See, Christmas invites us to look darkness straight in the eye, knowing the great promise of the Messiah. And so I want to invite you, as we enter into the Christmas season, to spend some time journaling before God and just be reminded of all the crappy things that have taken place in your life, in your ministry, in the world around us, and be reminded that, yeah, those things are awful and they suck, but that is not the end of the story. That's not the thing that will define you, because we have the great promise of our season waiting. It's coming, and the darkness will not overcome light. And Christmas is just around the corner. So that's just my encouragement to you in this Advent season. I've been trying to practice that myself as I prepare my heart for Advent. A couple things I want to remind you about as we head towards December. One is on the 27th, we have the Leadership Forum coming up. Looking forward to seeing your face digitally on the Zoom call and hearing about what's going on across our conference here in Saskatchewan. And we're going to be learning from different voices, and so I'm excited for that. November, not March, November 27th, that's happening. Another thing I want to make you aware of is a conference coming up in Vancouver in February 1st to the 3rd. And it's called the Gospel and Our Cities Conference. And this is going to be a great conference to attend. Tim Keller is going to be the main keynote speaker there, but there's also a whole lot of other speakers and breakout sessions. It's going to be at Westside Church in Vancouver. So I just invite you to consider going to this. I know most of us haven't traveled in the past 2 years, and so this might be a great first step to travel a bit and get out to the beautiful city of Vancouver to enjoy being encouraged as we look to make sure that we live on mission. One last thing I want to remind you about is we have a brand new podcast that is out. I'm sitting down with Murray McClellan from Grace Fellowship in Saskatoon, and we talk about a new resource they just developed called The Good News Story. So I want to encourage you to take a look at that. There's links below this video to the conference happening in February and to the podcast. So, hey, thanks again for your support. And if you need anything when it comes to the area discipleship, I'd love to sit down and talk to you, have a coffee, have a phone call, and see if there's any way I can encourage you as you seek to lead your church on mission. Blessings, and we'll see you on November 27th.